What if I told you that the frustration you feel at work isn't really about the pointless meetings, the endless deadlines, or even your micromanaging boss, but about something much deeper? And what if the real reason for that frustration could not only explain everything, but also help you fix it? Let me show you how. Hi, I'm Iris Smith, and I help driven but unfulfilled professionals like you figure out their next career move with confidence and clarity. If you've been feeling like work is just off, like it's draining your energy and leaving you stuck in a cycle of frustration, this video is for you. The frustration you're feeling might not be the problem at all. It might actually be the answer. Stick with me and I'll show you why understanding this could be a turning point in your career. You know that feeling, the frustration that's just often there, bubbling under the surface, and you can't quite explain why. Maybe it's because you've been grinding all day, playing the game, sitting through meetings, sending emails, only to close your laptop and think, what did I even accomplish? What was it all for? Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's when you pitch an idea you're excited about, only to watch it get ignored, watered down, or rejected completely. Or when you find yourself in yet another pointless meeting, thinking, why am I even here? And sometimes it's just a vague, unsettled feeling in the background of everything you do. Like something's not right, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. You just can't help but think, I worked so hard to get here, and I don't exactly hate my job. Why can't I just be happy with it? Well, here's something to consider. When you've not been feeling it lately, it's likely because something important isn't adding up for you. So no, there's nothing wrong with you. No, it's not your boss or the meetings or whatever you can point your finger at. That feeling, the one that leaves you feeling drained and frustrated, is what happens when there's a gap between what you're doing every day and what truly matters to you. At the heart of that gap, your values. So what are values? They are your guiding principles, your idea of what a good job, a good career, a good life looks like. Your idea of what makes you feel satisfied about your work and the role it plays in your life. Because your job or your career is just a part of your entire life and it should fit into your idea of the kind of life you actually want to live. So your work supports the life you want, not the other way around. So some people value freedom, being able to set your own hours or work from anywhere. Others might value being challenged, doing work that's intellectually stimulating and that pushes them to grow. Or maybe for you, it's more about accountability, working in an environment where people hold each other to high standards and take pride in their work. Now, think about what happens when those values aren't being met. There's no flexibility or freedom, the work feels repetitive and dull, or people get away with cutting corners. It's frustrating and draining. It chips away at your energy and your sense of purpose, making you question why you're even there. And if you're just working to work, spinning your wheels, rather than doing something that actually makes an impact or moves you forward. So once you know what your values are, in other words, what a good job, a good career, and a good life looks like to you, and where there's a disconnect, then it starts to make sense why things have felt so hard and why you've been feeling so frustrated. You're able to see the forest for the trees and you can use that clarity. Because when you know your values, you can start asking better questions. Now, you might not be able to fix everything overnight, but it's about knowing what matters most to you and letting that guide your decisions moving forward. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, it would be a huge help if you like and subscribe. It'll help me get my videos out to more people. So how do you figure out what your core values are? It starts with asking the right questions and being honest with your answers. Start here. Think of a goal you've been working towards. Why do you want it? What would achieving it actually give you? Think about why it matters. For example, if you've been working towards a promotion, is that because you value freedom, the ability to make your own decisions about where, when, and how you work, and this promotion will give you that? Or is it because you value financial independence, and this promotion will help you a great deal in getting there? Or maybe it's neither, and it's simply because it's the next logical step in your career, in which case you might want to consider if it's actually worth it or if it's really that important for you to achieve it. Another way to figure out what your values are is by thinking about what frustrates you most at work. What are your biggest triggers? These often point directly to what matters most to you. For instance, if back-to-back meetings all day long drive you nuts, maybe it's because you value autonomy or impact. You might feel that these meetings take away your ability to drive things forward independently, or you simply want your time and efforts to feel like it's leading to real, meaningful results. And finally, the third way to figure out what your values are is by asking yourself who inspires you at work and why. For example, if you admire people who pitch bold ideas at meetings or challenge the status quo, maybe it's because you value courage and standing up for what you believe in. Once you know your core values, it becomes much clearer why you've been feeling so frustrated. You start to see the misalignment, the gap between what matters most to you and what your work is actually giving you. From there, ask yourself 2 questions. 1. Can I change this? Is there a way to reduce or eliminate what's causing the frustration? For example, if you value creativity but feel stuck in back-to-back meetings, could you have a conversation with your boss to reduce the number of meetings you attend? Could you block out focus time to think creatively about the projects that you're working on? 2. Do I want to change this? If the answer is yes, it's worth exploring those adjustments to see if they help you feel more aligned and satisfied in your current role. But if the answer is no, or if the answer to the first question, can I change this, is no, it's a sign that it's time to start thinking about your next steps. If staying isn't the right path for you, then that doesn't mean that you need to quit tomorrow. Start by exploring opportunities, roles, or industries that align better with your values. That could mean reaching out to people for exploratory conversations, experimenting with a side project, or even taking a course about something that you're interested in to learn more about other viable options. Frustration isn't something to ignore. It's a sign that something is misaligned. And if you allow it, it can be the wake-up call you need to see what isn't adding up. Now, if you found this video helpful, please watch this video in which I explain why you haven't found your thing yet. Or check out Pivot Like a Pro, my step-by-step online course designed to help you get clear on your next best career move in just 90 days. So stop being stuck in the wrong job and go check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you watched it all the way until the end, please do me a big favor and leave a like.